talking about hockey! And they're bald! And there's hockey! Hockey!
Hey,
Hey,
we
Steve.
it's been a few weeks. I mean,
Yes, it has. Like,
well, it seemed natural to take off the Olympic break. So,
yes.
and watch some Olympic hockey. And I missed one game. The only game.
Well, the most important game. I
Yeah.
missed more than one game, but I watched that one. Very
Well,
disappointing end to the hockey tournament.
well,
And so,
uh, again, having not seen it, I've heard how well Canada played, and you just got goalied. I mean, what are you going to do? So I can't. I'm not going to criticize.
I'm
Not
not
going to
going to
criticize
criticize
anyone.
because I'm the first one to say that the goalie's part of the team. As like, but and the Americans won hands down. They won the game in overtime. Uh, but they dominated, and Hallebuck saved the game.
Yep.
But he's part of the team. They don't ask how; they just ask how many.
Yeah. Uh, do you have an opinion on 3 on 3? My guess is you're like me. You don't really like it, but it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I understand. Like I, I was listening to I think Elliot Friedman or something like that. They were talking about they're going to be looking at um, in the future for the finals that you just stay 5-on-5. The issue with that is you don't want the game to still be going on when your closing ceremonies are happening. So
Yeah.
unless you're going to be playing the day before or like 5 or 6 hours like before the like not even 5 or 6 hours, like 8 hours before the closing ceremonies, then you have to go 3-on-3. It's that simple. It's That's the reason why the regular season is like that. In the NHL, that's the reason why the 3-on-3 was put in place for the round robin and the playoffs for the Olympic tournament. So they would have to do something drastic to make the change, so that way it stays 5-on-5. Because what if you're
It,
going four overtime periods
well, it's a
and it
multi-sport tournament, so
yeah
you you have to you can't, like you say, you can't have the game going on and either holding up the closing ceremonies or or during the closing ceremonies. So
yeah
I
so
think it is what it is. Like you just sort of take the better than a shootout, but you take the
yes, no
three on
shootout,
three.
please. No shootout. I like shootout for to end a game. Yeah, kills me. So I'll take the 3-on-3 over the shootout. Uh, would I like to do for them to go, like one period of 5-on-5, and then after one period of overtime of 5-on-5, 20 minutes, it you say, okay, you've had 4 periods to break your tie. We're going
Yeah,
3-on-3.
yeah.
Is there something that they could do? Absolutely. I
I
can't
do.
wait to see if what they do decide to do.
Yeah, I'm fine with the 3 on 3. Like I don't like it, but I'm fine with it too. And I mean, whatever. And that's having Canada lost 2 gold medals, 2-1 in overtime.
Yeah.
So
So, and I'm not
well,
saying that Canada lost because of the 3-on-3. Has nothing to do with the how the game ended. The Americans won. They deserve to win. Uh, so the fact that
no, they
I
lost
don't like
because of
that.
Hellebuck.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
but
and they didn't pocket their chances too, right? I mean, they had their
hey,
chances.
exactly, exactly.
So
So they won. It was a great hockey game, great tournament. I loved it. I can't wait until we see another Olympic hockey tournament again with the best on best. To
I
me,
would like to get into our previous discussion a little bit, where we
yeah,
talked about the U.S. versus Canada, I asked you, what are the odds that someone else wins it? And you said 90% Canada, U.S., 10% the field.
Yes.
Having seen the tournament, and to your credit, you're right, or 100% chance one of them won. But I stand by the rest of the world is closer than people think.
It was much closer. Like Canada had to win 2 games in overtime to
Well,
make it to
one
the
in
final.
overtime and one in the final
Oh yeah, in the
30
final
seconds.
30 seconds to win, to make it to the final. So you know what? And the United States had to beat Sweden in overtime. So it is much closer than I thought it would be. But still, to me, the best two teams were in the finals.
Well,
And
that no doubt on that. Like you could, when you watch Canada play the Czechs and the Finns, you clearly could see they were the better team. I think in those games, those teams just had a better game plan or had a really good game plan to play Canada.
Yeah.
And the US, I mean, when you watch the US play, it was the same thing. I think they struggled a bit early on to get their shit together.
Well,
but
I think they scored, they outscored their opponent by 9 goals in the round robin. So if you call that having to get their shit together, I think it's the first period where whoever they played against took the lead.
Well, they struggled with Latvia.
Yeah, in the first game, but I think it ended up 5-2.
Yeah.
United States still. And Latvia, like, there's certain countries that play well. Latvia is never an easy win. We've learned that over many years. Isn't Latvia that beat Sweden when
yes, the
Salo
puck
got hit in
bounced
the
off
head?
Tommy Salo's head.
Yes.
Flipping the puck in.
But the Finns always play solid. Sweden is quality team. The Czechs, they're always solid. My point was the Americans and Canadians are so much more talented than any other country that there is, and they should not be part of any. It should be.
Oh no, it was Belarus.
Was it Belarus?
It was Belarus.
That's even worse.
I'm going to put the infamous goal onto the video here. Here we are.
Because the young guys might not be aware of what we're talking about here.
Oh yeah.
And look at the.
I'm gonna go full screen and watch it again. But it was like I'd say it head cuffed him. Like it didn't handcuff him, but it hits him in the head. And
I think because he didn't have his regular bucket with the full cage, the helmet and a full cage,
look at that.
that he got scared of the puck.
Oh, maybe.
So.
Oh yes, that was something. So that's Olympic hockey, my friend.
Yes, it is.
Anything the hell can happen.
So. That was in 2002?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think Canada got to play Belarus in the next round and went on to the gold medal because they had the easier route.
Yeah.
So, but cool. Okay. So anything else you want to talk about the Olympics?
Just I'm gonna put my 2 cents here. I was very disappointed that the Americans went to the White House to be celebrated by the Orange Clown. And that they attended. I was extremely disappointed. And being a Sens fan, that there's two guys that went. I was very disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed. Considering everything that is happening right now and the fact that they accepted the invitation blows me away. They missed an opportunity to show that they have character. Instead, they acted like characters. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's interesting because, if you live in a bubble, it's fine. But they don't live in a bubble. Like they literally, like if if things were different, it doesn't like I wouldn't care. But this guy wants to make Canada the 51st province, and he's an ass. He's just an ass.
The Epstein
And
file
yeah,
is
like
like
all,
we're right in the middle of the Epstein files, and you
and
guys
he's
go,
all over it.
okay. I don't know if like I couldn't see the picture correctly, because but didn't they feed them McDonald's when they got to the White House?
That's what my wife told me. Like
So
I can't
like
see why they would eat it. Like these guys are like they feed themselves like
it's
very well.
you go to the White House and they show up with a Happy Meal.
I
They
I
just
I'll be honest, I was more upset with the the little dig against the women's team that he made, and
yeah.
that they laughed. And I get the group thing where everyone's laughing, so you laugh, ha ha ha, like.
Hmm.
And but
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys, like think about what you're doing, and think
Yeah.
about the ramifications of what you're doing and what it means to people. And I mean, I love the watching Brady Kachuk play, but I lost a little for him over
Yeah.
this. I really did.
Me too.
And I think he is top 5 players in the league that I like.
Yep.
And
Huge Brady Kachuk fan, huge Jake Sanderson fan. You know how I feel about Jake Sanderson.
yes,
And as a Sens fan, extremely disappointed.
it
You
just
had an
yeah.
opportunity to show some character. And both of these guys are leaders, but they didn't. So they missed an
Yep.
opportunity. That's all
Yep.
I wanted to say about that. And it's very disappointing.
Yep. And yeah, like I said, like the going to the White House thing, like in an average year, I'd say okay, it's the novelty of it, but it's not an average year. Like it's not normal times.
No, it's
Like
not.
even if you're anti Biden, and if I'm anti Biden and it was Biden as president, I wouldn't care because Biden, like I never really liked Biden all that much either, to be honest. But at least he wasn't, being a total dick. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
so welcome to the world of 2026.
exactly.
So
Let's go back to hockey. Let's talk about the
yes,
trade deadline. Do we want to talk about
yes.
the NHL trade deadline, or do we want to talk about DCHL trade deadline?
Well, it's funny because I don't like. I tried looking today at the DCHL, and I'm sure there will be deals over the next week, but I just don't see some huge deals falling through. I guess except if you don't my point does not include the big 3 who love to trade all the time anyway.
Well, yeah.
And they'll find a way to make some
Who's the
trades.
third one?
Well, Edmonton,
Oh yeah.
Boston,
So
Seattle, and Edmonton.
yeah. So Edmonton has Shabbat Niederreiter and Jack Johnson on the block. So talk about Happy Meal. I think Bob might be able to get a Happy Meal for Jack Johnson. So
Is he going to trade Jack Johnson?
He's on the block.
Okay, but who's gonna? Okay,
Let's move on.
sorry, but in order to trade Jack Johnson, there has to be a recipient.
Yes.
And aside from like, I'm not taking any bets that include Boston or Seattle because those guys just trade all the time, and Stolarz gets traded to Seattle, then he trades out of Seattle, and now he's back in Seattle. Like, okay, good. You could have had him cheaper if you'd kept him, but like, the rest of the league, I just don't know that there's. I mean, I was surprised with the Ryan Suter trade that he went to Carolina from Calgary. I haven't seen what the price on that is yet. Does he mention it all?
I didn't. It wasn't mentioned.
And
but I think Calgary might trade a couple more guys away. I think Chabot is probably going to be traded. Niederreiter wouldn't be surprised if he was.
I love Chabot. I just don't know that I could.
Don't know that I could. But you know what? Like Chabot, if he had one more year on his contract, I would have been like, yeah, you know what? I'll make an offer. But that there's only 2 years left for me is tough. It's tough to give up a lot for that. Cole Caulfield is available. He's looking for Utah's looking for more size. Look at that, looking for size for the playoffs. And Washington has Thomas Nosek and John Klingberg. Nothing to write home about.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's a year where there's just not a lot.
You know why? Because I think all of the big trade, all the guys that were rebuilding, traded their guys early in the season.
Yeah, this is the Chabot contract here.
They had one more year.
And it's 2 years after this year's over.
Yes. So they had one more year. Only 2 years, especially since he was 28 when he was signed. Like
I'd look at this in the offseason if I could get away to get Chabot. But $8 million right now, I don't know if I could make it work.
And that's the problem with the contract, because teams like you and Montreal and the Islanders, you're all much closer to have a shot at winning. But you don't have the cap space to take on an $8 million contract. Right?
Well, and the way I see it too with my team is he going to be a difference maker on my team if I make the moves to get him? And I have to give up assets, and I have to also trade away cap space.
Mm-hmm.
So if I give away $8 million worth of cap to get him, is he really going to be that much better than the $8 million I'm giving away? And so I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah. So, and also, like, I'm looking at your roster, your depth chart. You have Brodin, Chychrun, Ekblad, Savard as your top four.
And I think that's a good top four.
A very good top four. So you'd put Chabot ahead of Savard on, the right shot on the right side. But you're also against the cap, or if I remember correctly, right?
I am against the cap. It just doesn't show up because I have Kadri. Yeah. Kadri's injured right now, so he's on injured reserve.
Yeah.
So his salary is not counting.
So you're against the cap.
Yeah.
So that means you have to trade somebody like.
I'd have to trade away $8 million worth of player to be able to take him. And I love Shabbat. I really do. But a trade like
It's
this for me is way easier in July than it is now.
because on top of that, you have to give up futures, right?
Yeah. Well, I presumably, I mean, he's not going to give them away to me. So,
So
and I'm not, if I could trade away like one of my better defense, like Leo Salin Wallenius, one of my better defenseman prospects, and get Thomas Shabbat right now, 1-for-1. I mean, okay, maybe not 1-for-1, but a deal like that, I do it, but I can't do. I just can't. I'm not going to do it.
you'd have to give up a couple of those guys, not just one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is what I'd have to
Yeah.
give up
Yeah.
would exceed what the advantage I would get from having Shabbat for 2 months right now.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying is for a team like me that still has, I have a shot at the playoffs. I'm still rebuilding. I'm not there yet. That the fact that I'm going to lose him in 2 years, it makes it not worth it for me to go after him.
Yeah, look at you, only 7 points out right now.
Yeah. I beat the Islanders and the Sabres in the last 2 games, back-to-back games. Eric Comrie
And I
is
want
so
to thank
tired
you for
from
that.
playing those back-to-back games and winning them that he needs to rest now.
I was very appreciative of your win against Buffalo, by the way.
So, yep.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So I said to you the other day that I have more wins against Philly this year than I have against your team. I have 2 wins against Philly and none versus your team.
Thank you
There
very
you
much.
go. There's 4 of your 61 points right there.
Yep.
So yeah, this year, I mean, my God, I love. And the Rangers traded Vetrano.
Yes.
I was surprised he didn't get more.
Allmark is also on the block, eh? And he has 1 more year left after this year. So how he struggled this year in the NHL. And how do you think, how much do you think it's going to affect his rating next year?
Well, I can look it up if you want.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
Okay.
Mark will thank you also. And by the way,
I'm gonna call up his stats, like his rating stats,
while
I'm reading it.
during our show.
Yeah, I'll do it right here.
Matthew Schaefer just scored his 20th goal of the year as an 18-year-old defenseman.
Wow. Like we're talking Norris level candidate, like in a non-Cale Makar year.
Yep.
Okay, so Ullmark. Okay. So his skating right now is 94.
Yep.
Next year it will be 92.
Okay.
His durability will be a little bit higher as of right now. 89.
That's weird.
Its endurance is a little bit higher. 84. Well, he was injured a bunch last year too, wasn't he?
Yes. He's never played more than 49 games in the NHL.
His size.
He's never played 50 games.
Apparently he got bigger because his size will be 91 as opposed to 89.
Because he probably got wider and not taller.
Well, he didn't eat McDonald's at the White House, so I don't know.
Or maybe.
His agility is 91, so it went down. His rebounds went down to 90. His style control drops to 92. His hand speed is 91, so it went down. Like it looks like his ratings are going to go down
Not a
overall
lot. He's probably going to go from a 91 to a 90
to a
or 90.
90. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So,
RT, yeah, down. Puck handling down. Penalty shot down. Experience went up because he's a year older. Leadership went up, and potential doesn't matter. So probably like you said, down 1 point or so in his OV.
okay.
But at 5 million,
And
like for a starting goalie, that's not bad.
yep. For next year, if you don't have a goalie going into next year, it might be and you're looking to compete,
Yeah,
you're insuring yourself to have a goalie. So
I might give him a call in the summer.
yeah,
I might give him a call in the summer because I mean I have Vladar who's probably going to be rated pretty well next year.
but
Anderson, I
having
don't think he'll be rated that high.
two goalies costing you less than $8 million, not bad, right?
I have that now.
So
Thanks
uh,
to one team
also
in the DCHL.
Matthew Tkachuk is on the block. I think he's just kicking tires.
Who's trading Matthew Tkachuk?
Montreal. Put him on the block.
Why?
I think he just wants to see what he can get.
Well, because he's going to take a hit in his rating next year.
You think?
Well, he hasn't played this year.
He's playing now, and he's going to play well for the rest of the season.
Okay, well, let's play this game with Matthew Tkachuk. Now, these are the ratings as of now. They do update them as the season goes on. So I will say that this is not definitely how it will turn out.
And how is he how does he perform? Can I see his point totals over the years?
Who? Oh, sure.
Well, you have it open. So he's not a huge point producer, eh?
Nope.
74 was his best season.
Well, his rating will be the same as Brady as of right now for next year. But let's look at what the numbers will be.
So
74 for checking, which is down. Fighting, 39, which is way down.
yeah, he doesn't fight.
Discipline, 66, so down. Skating, 84, which is the same. Strength, 81, which is down. Endurance, 89, which is the same. Durability should take a hit. Yeah, it's down to 71. So you can pretty much expect him to be out at some point next year. Puck handling, 86, which is the same. Face off, 54, which is down, but at 55, it's pretty shit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
88 for passing, and it's down to 84 next year. Scoring is up a little bit to 82. DF is down. Penalty shot is up. Experience is up, but again, he's older. Leadership is down. So I think he's going to be, if he's a 90 this year, I'm guessing an 88.
Yep. So his rating is going down. And he's not really I'm surprised because he's a producer in the NHL, and the DCHL doesn't like him as a producer, obviously. The sim. So
yeah.
Also, let's talk about Dylan Holloway.
Oh, yes. Okay, well, I'm gonna first off say we have Jean and I believe Zach was involved in this conversation because I mentioned what my offer to Boston was. I offered for an off-season trade because I don't think we could make it work now for salary cap reasons. But I offered Sam Malinsky for Dylan Holloway. I'm just going to say that now, full disclosure. But go ahead, Johnny. You have the floor. I will bring up.
Can you bring up Sam Malinsky's contract in the DCHL?
I will. That's on my team.
Please.
One of the better ones. Sam Malinsky.
2 more years, 1 more year after this year.
Yeah.
At $800,000. Okay. And if I remember correctly, right now, or starting next year, his salary is going to be close to $3 million.
4 million, actually. He signed in Colorado for four something.
Let's just bring it up. Just to. All right, yeah, 475. So next year he's going to be $4 million cheaper than what his actual contract is. And look at his stats right now: 3 goals, 24 assists, 27 points, and he's
plus 31. Plus 31.
So when you told me about your offer, my first reaction was, because in my head, Sam Malinsky is a bottom pair defenseman. You're 5'6" defenseman. He's a smaller guy. And in my mind, is he gonna keep his job past this year? So at 475, he's a top 4 defenseman for the Colorado Avalanche next year. He's going to be playing as a top 4 defenseman.
And I've watched him play a lot this year.
So
he's good.
So the only thing is, but he's getting some points. The only thing is, Sim takes their time with defensemen in upgrading its ratings.
Yes.
And it bugs me because I had the same issue with Rasmus Sandin, who's still rated as a 79, even though he's playing 20 minutes a game for Washington. But he's not getting a lot of points. He's not a big guy, so he's not getting a lot of recognition from the Sim.
I think the ratings people really third pairing guys, they hit them really hard, and they make them take longer to get there. Because I'm going to make the same argument with Darren Radish, who we've also talked about.
Yeah.
Who's this year has 17 or 18 goals. He's having an outstanding year. And he's only been usable. This year was his first year where he was, or no, last year was the first year where he was an everyday player in the DCHL. And look at his rating. He's only 78 this year.
But
he should be an 80 level defenseman.
Next year should be an 85 minimum. Okay.
I think so, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's not, right?
Niko Mikkola, the 6'6" defenseman for the Florida Panthers. He has he's a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. He's a top 4 defenseman for the Stanley Cup champion. And his rating was 79, 80 this year? Because he's not scoring and he's not overly physical. He's just quality defensive defenseman.
Yep.
So there's my
I think there is a first of all, I think defensemen tend like you can't look at a defenseman's rating of 84 and a forward's rating of 84 and call them an equal level player.
No.
I think a defenseman rated 84 is a better player than a forward rated at 84. And this is my opinion. So
there's a lot less. There's a lot less defensemen that have an 84 rating.
Yeah.
So it's not the same.
I mean, look at Chychrun scores 20 goals a year, and he's only 85.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know. And they have him as a real low level DF. 66 and
must be from his time in Ottawa.
Well, yeah, I mean that's not going to help because he was minus a shit ton. Yeah, but whatever. I enjoy having these guys, so we'll see.
So, but I just want to bring it up because I was positive that, like I told you, you're gonna have to add to your offer because I think Holloway is worth more. Yes, he's got a better rating right now, but next year, and Holloway has a really, really good contract. I think he's got 5 years left at couple million.
2.29 million.
Yeah.
Actually, and it ends this year.
But in DCHL, I think.
Oh, in the DCHL, yeah.
I think he still has 4 more years after this year.
Yep. But I look at the numbers. Like he had 26 goals last year, but he's got 11 this year, and he's minus 9.
Yeah.
Like this is on a bad team.
Yeah.
He can't make
he
it.
had one breakout season, and then and this year he's just like he was the rest of his career.
Yep.
So, is he gonna bounce back next year? So, yeah, I think it's closer. I was wrong when I said it, and I think it's closer than your offer was.
Our music is playing here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Than it was than I first thought.
No, I get why Boston doesn't want a Sam Malinsky, but I think the value of having an everyday defenseman for under $800,000, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to keep him in my lineup next year. $800,000 he'll be my 6th defenseman, I imagine. 5th or 6th, depending on, like, I'll probably be able to sign one. But, whatever, we'll see. I'm interested to see how what he gets for Holloway. Because I'm very wary of Dylan Holloway. Well, I wasn't huge on him in his draft year. Are you getting the 26 goal guy from last year, or are you getting the 11 goal guy this year?
The one thing, but remember, he only played 37 games, so he's missed 12 games this year. But his contract at $2.3 million for the next 4 years is what's attractive about him, because even if he ends up only being a 15 goal guy instead of a 30 goal guy at $2.3 million, it's okay. But if you're going to acquire him and you're going to end up having to give up a Malinsky and plus, then is he worth that? And that's the
when he's probably a third liner.
Yeah, I think he's a third liner all day long. He might have last year he was a second liner. I think he's a third liner all day long. And that's nothing wrong with that. But if you're looking at value,
But he's not. He's not an impactful.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's the 26 goal guy, then he's impactful. But I'm just not. I'm not convinced that he is.
The
I need to
26
see
goals.
more of last year results before I'd be willing to give up a lot to get him.
Yeah. I
I
agree.
mean, okay, I'm just going to compare him because Dawson Mercer went in the same draft, right? He's 4 million
Mm-hmm.
and he's pretty much consistently been around the 20 goal mark.
Yep. And I consider Dawson Mercer a third liner.
Oh, so do I. So do I. But I would rather have Dawson. What I'm saying is, I would rather have Dawson Mercer than Dylan Holloway.
He's shown it more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're consistent, is what I'm saying. They're comparable in.
Yeah.
So I would rather, as someone who drafted Dawson Mercer, but where did Holloway go? Like, I think he went just before. Oh, he went at 14.
Mm-hmm.
Mercer went at 21 in the NHL. No, he went at 18 in the NHL.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, good luck, Nathan, and I mean that sincerely. I don't mean that sarcastically. If you want a high level defenseman, I just don't know who that would be. Like, who you would trade. We had talked to, I mentioned in our conversation that Maverick Lamoureux, for example, I don't think he would take Maverick Lamoureux if I offered him.
Really?
But I wouldn't offer. I don't think he would from our conversation. He wants a young NHL. He wants a comparably rated defenseman. So that's 82, rated 82, and the same age. Well, I don't know that there's that guy out there. And I wouldn't trade Maverick Lamoureux for Dylan Holloway right now anyway. Personally, I think my bias, I admit I am biased towards Maverick Lamoureux. And I don't have a lot of really good defensemen in prospects because somebody hasn't traded me Blake Fiddler yet.
Yes. Okay, one more guy I want to talk about.
Okay, bring it on.
Mackenzie Weegar.
Oh, okay. So I'm clicking on Calgary.
Because Calgary's put him up on the block a couple times. And he's still not traded.
Good
What do you think
defenseman.
his value is?
What do I think it is? Like, I think he's a top 2 or 3 defenseman. I think he's a defenseman I would like because of the high defensive rating. What would I give up for him? What would
3
I
more
give up?
years after this year at 8 million.
See, to get Ekblad, I gave up Cole Perfetti, but I had 5 years of Aaron Ekblad, who I think is comparable to Weegar, but so an extra 2 years.
And you gave up straight 1 for 1?
1 for 1.
And at Perfetti, was he playing in the NHL at that point?
No. In fact, it was the year that Winnipeg was bouncing him around because the dickhead was the coach, the former Sens coach. No, the former Sens coach.
Rick Bowness.
Yeah, and he was bench. They didn't even send him down. Like, they just benched him for like the last half of the season.
And you know what I find funny is Columbus brought in Rick Bowness to develop Kent Johnson because he wasn't developing under
you mean Wyatt Johnson?
No.
Kent
Johnson from Columbus.
Okay.
They brought
Oh,
him in
okay.
because he wasn't being
But
like
he's
he
a
wasn't.
veterans coach.
Yeah, and that's why I said it was funny. But right away, Kent Johnson got playing time that he never got before. Um, at under the former coach, and I can't remember. Like I can't bring up his name. Um, oh my God, he used to play in Hartford.
All I can think of is Pat Verbeek.
No. Well, anyways, so the former coach in Columbus wasn't playing him.
No, so many NHL coaches, Jean, they don't want to coach. They want to manage. They want to manage the team in a game. They don't want to coach and teach players. They want to. This is our game plan. This is how we're going to play this game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And they don't want to.
they don't
Go
want to
ahead.
take a chance that one of the young players is going to lose a game by coughing up the puck.
Yeah, but
In
that's learning.
eh,
I, I,
I get it. It's part of the development, right?
but the teams that give those kids the chance, those kids learn and develop and get
Yeah,
better at it.
yeah.
And you know, you can't just send these kids down to the AHL and expect them to learn. You can't send a good player to the junior league. I think right now the jury's out on NCAA because the
Yeah.
quality's getting better. But you can't send a 22-year-old down to the AHL and
So
expect that he's going to come up and be able to play at the NHL level.
I'll bring up the a player that is playing down the road down the 401 with the blue team. Um, Eastern Cowan. I'm not a fan of Eastern Cowan, but he's playing like 6 minutes a game for the blue team.
Or they're not playing him.
That's what I'm saying. He's playing 6 minutes a game. How
No,
can
but
you?
they also bent like they didn't play him for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
They didn't send him down, and they sat him up in the press box.
Okay. I didn't realize that he was completely sitting in like
Oh no,
so.
no, they're blowing this kid's development up like it's awful. They're
And you're
ruining
not going to
this
make the
kid,
playoffs.
and they're not going to make the playoffs.
Like,
Oh yeah.
at least develop your young players if you're not going to make the playoffs.
Well, give him a chance and let him
So
make a mistake.
and don't expect them to play defense if your $11 million winger won't play defense, right?
Oh my God! Like I could go on for an hour on William Nylander right now because I watched him last night, and that man skates hard one direction, and he skates easy the other direction.
Unless and he skates hard if the puck is he's chasing the puck,
Well,
or if he's
he's he's in
got
it
it.
for he's in it for points right now
Yeah.
because
So
he is he is not rushing to come back and play defense.
not very much.
So no, but so Mackenzie Weegar, what do you think? What's your assessment?
Um,
I think he's less than Cole Perfetti, than Cole Perfetti. And this was the Cole Perfetti uh, before he was the everyday NHLer. Good Cole Perfetti.
well, it's the reason I'm asking is today I was looking to see like defensemen that got traded, and I don't think I like Thomas Chabot was traded, but that's it. Like I think the last top defenseman that got traded was when I traded the what's his name? Edmund.
Who? Morgan Frost? No. Where is you said Shabbat was traded?
Oh yeah, he was traded earlier in the year, but not lately.
Okay.
And it was like part of a 3-way trade or something like that.
Yeah.
So, but if you look, there's no defensemen that are getting traded. So what is the value of a um, Mackenzie Weegar?
Well, he's like I said, I think if you're looking to build a top two defense, I think he's a guy that can be in there.
So here, Trouba and Shabbat got traded to the Oilers for Connor Zary, Connor Geeky, and John Carlson. John Carlson is
Oh, is this to Boston? Like Boston traded?
Boston. Yeah, Boston.
Yeah. I almost
And
dis I can never any trade that involves Boston, Edmonton, or Seattle, I discount value. Like I don't bother trying to figure out what they're doing. Because they're working on a whole different level from me. Like I can't.
they're playing chess and you're playing checkers.
Exactly. Like I'm playing tic tac toe, maybe even. Like I can't. I can't. I just can't process it because
No.
there's so many trades. There's so many trades.
I traded Chris Tanev for Carl Grundstrom and Blake Fiddler. Grundstrom is just a player with the money, make the money match, and Fiddler was the guy.
That trade I remember. I remember that trade.
Tanev for Fiddler.
I just remember you getting Fiddler and going, okay, I got to talk to Sean.
So besides that, I think I'm looking here just quickly. Again, Shabbat part of the 3-way deal with Roman Yossi. And I don't understand what Boston got in that deal.
See,
So
that
Boston got Shabbat.
that's my point. That's my point. Because I think a lot of times it's just a trade to make a trade.
So
Like they're clearing up cap space or they're like, I don't know. And I'm not trying to make fun of them. I'm trying to, I'm just, I've kind of given up trying to figure out what they're doing because I never really understand it.
Owen Power and Ampus Lindholm. But again, to me, Power was a disappointment. Is a disappointment. Right?
I think he's not lived up to first overall.
No.
But has Matty Beniers, who went second overall, been?
He's been a disappointment also. That draft was not a really good draft.
That's 2021, right?
I think so.
Let's look at 2021 here. Because that was Mason McTavish.
He's having a good career. Look at that.
Hughes.
I didn't realize Bernier had 184 points.
He had a good first year or two, and then I'll call it up here. He had that good second year, and then it's just tailed off.
Yeah.
And he's $7 million. I processed his RFA today. But Luke Hughes, I don't know that I'd say Luke Hughes has had a successful early start.
No. That is
Kent Johnson, Simon Edvinsson, damn near took off Brady Tkachuk's head the other day. Or he drove Brady's stick into his face.
Yes.
William Eklund I think he's been better. But I think this draft has been relatively disappointing.
Mm-hmm. Just okay.
Yeah.
Tyler Boucher's been playing really well in Belleville.
That's what I've heard. I haven't
playing really, really well.
Oh,
So
good.
it's
He's not had a crack at the NHL yet,
well, he got called
but
up and then sent back the next day.
and then sent back. They just
Yeah.
got him a ticket on the bus and didn't even pick him up from the bus station.
Yeah. So Edmund was the other defenseman that got traded. That and Brandon Montour
Oh, for this season?
for this year. So
Well, defensemen are tough because of the price tag they usually get in free agency too, right?
mhm.
People
So
usually overpay more for a good defenseman.
I thought it was interesting that I could not see any big defensemen get traded. So I just see what the value
Well,
was.
well, have you heard back from Calgary? Have you sent something to Calgary?
I sent an offer. Well, I sent a message to say that I was interested. Oh, and Gary Suter got traded for $750,000.
No. That's it.
Yeah.
That's his salary cap.
Well, the
Are you sure
message
that's
from
not his?
Zach is 750 for Suter. And I know his
That's
name is Ryan Suter, by the way,
why would
before somebody starts
I don't?
messaging me that I got his name wrong.
He traded him for only 750K.
Yeah.
What am I missing here?
Because he's trying to lower to he's trying not to win.
Well, then trade me Connor McDavid for 750K.
So
Tell you what, I'll give you a straight million.
he's trying not to win.
Well, he's definitely doing that. Like Lord knows I don't understand what the hell he's doing, but sure, whatever. What's Martin February? 2 million. Do I want him? Maybe.
Is he on the
Maybe
block?
I should make him a deal. Maybe I should make him a deal. An offer. What's my roster look like here? Trade him David Savard and 750K. Because David Savard is an expiring contract. Oh well, anything else you want to hammer at?
I think we've covered the trade deadline. Everybody that was on the block.
Oh, we are going to try to do a show on Friday on the
Yes.
deadline.
Mm-hmm. Around
So,
7, a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Well, and we're not staying on until midnight, folks.
No. Just a 1 hour show just to cover the trades and
Maybe the NHL as well, because
Yep.
the NHL trades will be done.
Absolutely. That's going to be fun to talk about the NHL trade.
We'll be able to talk about Bobby McMahon getting traded for a first round pick, because that's what the Leafs want, apparently, for Bobby McMahon.
Okay.
And his hairdresser.
You know what? They gave up a first round pick for
Brandon Carlo. They're also talking about trading Brandon Carlo just to get something back for him because of what they gave up to get him.
And Carlo has 1 more year. So.
Oh man, this is when you're bad at making trades.
Yeah.
Like, what were they thinking? Brandon Carlo was worth that.
Well, I understand why they made the trade, because they needed a big right shot defenseman, and they had him for 2 more years after the trade deadline, and they were banking on they were going to be able to compete for a Stanley Cup for the next 2 years. And Carlo played well in Boston. It's just that right now he's expected to be a number one defenseman, a number one pairing defenseman with Riley, and that's not who he is. Chris Tanev not playing right now for the Leafs hurts because you have to elevate Simon Benoit and Brandon Carlo to positions that they're not.
Well, and even Stetcher.
Oh, yes. You know what? I think as a Sens fan that he should be double shifted. Just forget about just put him on your power play, first penalty killing, just every second shift, throw him out there. Please, 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 please throw him out there. It would please me very much.
Well, they love him.
And I love that they love him. Because he's not worth very much.
No. Well, they let him go, right? Edmonton let him go.
Yes,
they
there's a
waived
reason
him.
why they let him go. He sucks. He is bad at hockey.
What's funny is if you look at what Tampa Bay does, and to some extent Florida, teams that have very little draft picks and draft collateral, they they develop the shit out of their organizations work hard to develop players, and the Leafs have an infinite deep pockets, and they don't do it.
Exactly, because they're trying to go for the now.
Yeah, but still go for the now.
Next year, let's just think about now.
Go for it. I'm like, that's a great idea, but you still need to develop these young players so that you have more nows in the future.
But yes, and also you need to develop them so that you can trade them as assets for, guys that you're
bigger
gonna have
pieces.
now.
Yeah. No, but they just don't do it.
No,
they just don't do it. And okay, you do you, boo. And here we are. Like I live in just outside of Toronto, and I get so sick of listening to them. Like Scott Laughton, they love Scott Laughton, and okay, he plays hard. He's
a fourth line center.
Yeah,
they gave up a first round pick plus for a fourth round center. Did they? Right?
I thought it was a second round pick, but I mean, whatever.
They gave up too much.
They gave up too much. Let's look it up. I gotta know.
I was sure that they traded.
Okay. What was it?
First round pick.
Conditional first round pick in the 2027 draft.
And Grabikin.
Oh my God.
But they got a fourth and a seven and a sixth.
In the 2025 and 2027 draft. Like, you can't run your franchise like this. But
you know why they did, right? Look,
well, because they wanted to win.
And Philly retained 50% of his salary. So his salary, they needed to save the money. So they paid up to do it. Remember, you say there's a premium for that.
Yeah, well, in the NHL it is.
Philly heard
in the DCHL there isn't, but in the NHL there is, and I think there should be. I think if you're gonna cover somebody's salary cap or give them extra salary cap, I think you make them pay for it. Yeah. I think that's the good thing. And I don't have a personal problem with the people screwing the Leafs over on these trades, and they do. The only way
They
the
do.
Leafs will laugh on the Brandon Carlo trade is if they win the draft lottery, which is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And they look so bad right now.
Oof. They look bad.
I watched their game against Tampa Bay, and I watched their game against Ottawa, and they are like the effort factor. Anything defensive zone coverage is just a joke. It's fun watching Steve Dangle loses his shit, though. I went to bed last night before the end of the game, and I wanted to know the final score. And I logged into the Steve Dangle's YouTube live thing that he does during the game.
Yeah.
And he didn't, you know how he always has the score up? He didn't have the score up. He was going through Pokemons. He was trying to name as many Pokemons as possible. That's the testament to how bad the Leafs are, is even Steve Dangle has given up.
Yes.
And
the biggest Leaf fan there is.
Passionate, over the top Leaf fan. Yep. He wasn't even upset. It was just, these are all the Pokemons I know. So I didn't know the score when I went to bed, but I was pretty confident Ottawa was winning. And they were.
And it was like, they did take a 1-0 lead, but they were dominant. Like the Sens were dominant. They were being dominated. Like,
yeah. It was. I don't know if there's any Leaf fans that watch this show, but I am so happy to not be amongst your ranks right now.
So,
and I say that as a Sens fan whose team is probably going to miss the playoffs, but they're playing harder.
Have hope. I have hope. There is hope in Ottawa.
Well, and
the thing that we've said it before, and we're going to say it again, is right now the Sens, if they had average goaltending, not top 5, not top 10, just average goaltending. So when we say average, number 16th in the league. So the 16th, the worst playoff goalie in the league. If they had that, they would be in the playoffs easily.
Yeah.
But they didn't. They haven't had that. They've had 31st.
Well, Allmark was out. Allmark was out. And at the start of the year, he wasn't very good. Or there was a stretch where he wasn't very good.
It was, I'm telling you, him, he was 31st what's his name? Marilinen was like 45th. It's like we needed.
I'm worried they've ruined Marilinen.
No, he's playing well in Belleville.
I know his first couple games down in Belleville were awful, so I'm glad if he's putting it back together. But yeah. That's. Yeah, you're right. Because average goaltending for the Sens, they're one of the better teams in the league, without a doubt.
Yes.
And they just haven't had that. I mean, when Allmark was out for that period of time, they were awful.
They were until what's his name came up.
If you say Reimer hasn't even been good.
But he was still better, much better than everybody else.
Oh, he was better than Marilinen, but Marilinen was awful.
Yeah. But he's still better, like, so
yeah.
It's unfortunate, but that's the way it was.
Here's an interesting NHL trade idea. Stolarz to Montreal, or Buffalo for that matter. And I don't think the Leafs would ask for a lot.
Is he a UFA in
No,
Toronto also?
no, he's got like 2 more years or something at 3 million. But I think the Leafs just want to be done with him.
Really, eh?
Well, he hasn't been dependable. He was
No,
out for a long period of time for God knows what.
but he was really good in the playoffs last year.
But he
God,
was really good in the playoffs last year. And
he
if
was
what does Montreal and what does Buffalo need going into the playoffs?
goaltending,
The only thing that if I'm Montreal or
goaltending.
Buffalo, the only thing I'm looking for is a goalie.
Like to me, if I'm the a Montreal fan and they don't acquire a goalie and they go in the playoffs with the goalies that they have, I would be pissed off because don't go try to get another center. Kapanen is doing an awesome job. You already acquired Philip Deneau, who's going to be
Yeah.
your veteran guy. Just try to get a goalie because you're not going to win with Motambo.
No, and if they get a goalie, I could see Montreal going on a real run. Especially if Florida doesn't make the playoffs, and it doesn't look like they will.
Yeah. No, they lost again today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Florida's not
here
making
we
the
go.
playoffs.
Get Montreal or get Buffalo a goalie. And I think that either of those two teams could do some damage in the playoffs. So
I agree. They need a goalie. Both of those teams.
okay, I think we can leave it at that for tonight.
Yep.
Try to be on Friday, I think, and talk about the trade deadline.
Mm-hmm. I'm in.
Okay, cool. We'll leave it
Okay.
here, guys.
Have a good night.
Yeah.